Welcome to Simply Fishing, featuring world-class angling. Hosted by Bob Mehsikomer, 9-time world record holder. Simply Fishing is brought to you by Canadian Connection, your travel connection to quality fishing. Evinrude, the world's most refined engines, with new thick ram injection. Odyssey, the pig family of lures for trophy fish. PINPOINT Positioning Systems, a Brunswick company, leading the network fishing revolution. Pose and Wardens, makers of the Awaker and Giant Jackpot. Ranger Boats, still built one at a time so you can fish hard, run strong, and rest easy. Shimano, Calcutta reels and Compre rods. Fish the best. Fish Shimano. Strike King lures, now with the Magnum King for pike and muskie. TUF-LINE premium braided fishing line. To catch the big ones, you've got to get tough. Now, here's Simply Fishing with Bob Mehsikomer.
Big one?
Good one.
For the neck?
No, I'll grab it. Oh, she ate that Mag Junior. Whew, right underneath the boat. You're what we're looking for. You're what we're looking for. That's what we're here for, folks. We're at Lake El Salto in Mexico. Billy Chapman's incredible fishery, and we're gonna catch giant bass. Mag Jr. just took this one. We got dragon lizards with us, we got topwaters with us, and we got some Series 6s and 4 crankbaits. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're getting some big fish, eh, Lorenzo? Giant bass right here from El Salto. Guaranteed.
Also on today's show, we'll feature 2 former Green Bay Packers, Brian Noble of Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Tony Bennett of Indianapolis, Indiana. Along with my regular scheduled guest, Billy Chapman III, better known as Chappie. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some great guests and some incredible bass from Billy Chapman's El Salto, Mexico.
Folks, I know this is very unlike what we do, but it is pouring down rain, and down here, that's unheard of this time of the year. I went to a jigging lizard, and about what you're about to see is the result of that. It's a big fish, Billy.
That's a nice fish there, Bob.
Yeah, big fish. She ate that dragon lizard on that jig, boy.
Oof. They're fighters down here. Woo! In the net. Big
There you
fish.
go, sweetheart.
Big fish.
That's 10 plus. Yes! And like I said, I really do apologize. You folks usually watch us every week working down a shoreline, but we don't have to deal with rain, and we're dealing with a lot of rain down here right now. Very unlike us. First time in 11 years you guys have had rain during this month,
First
right?
time.
Woofed up.
Now we got what, 4 more to go?
Let's get 4 more.
4
of those
more.
puppies.
5 per outing is what we want. 5 tens per outing.
Woo,
How's
would
that sound?
That'd be an awesome
Hey,
guarantee.
it's been done before.
We're gonna get you some more. I apologize for the rain, but we're gonna get you some big fish right here.
She'll go 10.
Huh?
She'll go 10.
Oh yeah. Biting my finger is what it's doing. Look at that. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Let me tell you what we're doing. Lorenzo's got us along this steep break, and had some folks in from Bassmasters, actually, to be honest with you. And Chappie talked to him before leaving the dock. We weren't even gonna come out in this rain, quite frankly, but Chappie talked to him, and they said, come down this edge. They're throwing spinner baits, which was what Chappie was doing, and I decided to put on a jig and a dragon lizard. See if we can get you another one.
Our season runs October 1st to June 20th. And our rainy season is usually the summer months. July, August, September, and some of October. Now this season, we had rain in October, we had rain in November, we had a couple rains in December, maybe one in January, and then now this one in actually March. But it usually cuts off September with maybe a couple in October. That's why we close for the summer.
Yeah.
The fishing's excellent in the summer, but it's too hot and it rains.
Yeah.
Tony caught the lake record in August.
In August.
16.6.
Ooh.
Caught it on a 10-inch power worm. Red shad.
Really?
That's the second 16-pounder we had come out of here. One 16.2 and one 16.6.
Bright sunny day or cloudy?
Bright sunny day.
Bright sunny day, huh? Folks, you're going to really have to bear with us. We are in a monsoon right now in the middle of a dry period. We're going to take the camera to black right now, but we're going to keep fishing. We will come up the minute we hook a fish for you, folks. Guaranteed, big El Salto bass, monster bass coming. Folks, you ain't going to believe this. We turned the camera off right there on that tree. I missed the fish right there. Because of the rain, I decided to hang tight and put the camera away. I threw this lizard back up in there again.
Woo! Oh yeah, big fish.
Oh, slide him this way there, Lorenzo. There you go, Chappie. You can do that one for me. That's okay. Go ahead, unpluck her there. That's a nice fish too, huh?
That's
you
a
slide
nice
her
one,
back. Yes, sir. No, go ahead. No. Go ahead, just sit her back. It really makes you want to almost keep that camera out here and risk burning that camera up. But I'm sure glad you folks watch our show every week and watch us, how we present lures and how authentic our show is, because you wouldn't believe this. You would think we're fishing stage fish here. We're not. We got downpour rain here, and I just missed one right there. I just caught the other big one right there, and I just took that one right there. We're going to get you some more, trust me. We got Chappie in the back of the boat with us. Now, Chappie is third generation Chapman down here. His dad, Bill Sr., his grandpa, Bill Sr., his dad, Billy Chapman Jr., and now we got Billy Chapman III, which we call Chappie. You're pretty much running the camp right now, aren't you, Chappie?
Yeah, pretty much. It's me and Tony up there. Tony's our lake manager. He helps run everything.
Well, you keep telling the audience so I can go catch another fish. We got about another, I'm going to guess we got about another quarter mile of shoreline, folks. No, we're going to leave that camera up. We probably won't, it'll jinx us. We won't get another one. We'll have sun tomorrow. We'll be able to go rock and roll them in the morning. Well, we're only going to fish until midday tomorrow because we got to catch our flight back to Minneapolis, but we'll see if we get another big one tomorrow, if not more today.
That's it.
What we got here is just a real fast breaking shoreline. You can see the boulders and things that we're dealing with up on the shore. Visualize that, if you will, extending into the water, beneath the water surface. Take, for instance, that rock we're looking at right there. I'm going to have the camera focus right there on that rock. Envision that rock, the structure that would be around it. You're working your jig, you're working whatever you're working, you come up over the top of that. You're feeling it, you drop that rod tip and let that presentation slide down that fast edge. Now that would be an edge on an edge, and those fish will just cling to that stuff. And that's what these fish are doing on the shoreline right now. We got cloudy conditions. I can't tell you how unusual this is, which means these fish are coming high in the water column, low light. Bass don't like the brightnesses, just like muskies. So they'll come up in here and get pretty aggressive or active on top of this type of structure in these low light conditions. Yeah. Oh, tilapia now. That's what's busting in there. Now these tilapia are big enough that it's not bass that are pushing them around, right? Or are they pushing them around?
They are pushing them around.
Yeah, okay.
Tilapia are the fastest growing fish in the world, is what I'm told. They keep their fry in their mouth.
In their mouth, exactly. They're so prolific because of their spawning habits that it's almost, well, they tried to bring them into North Dakota for fish farming purposes.
Yeah.
And because of their proficiency to reproduce, the Department of Natural Resources kiboshed the whole thing. They were afraid somebody would get their crazy idea and take these things out of the confinement, put them in open water, and they would really annihilate the existing bait forage, you know, the sunfish, perch, things of that nature, because they do protect their young in their mouth.
That's why it's a must to commercial fish the lake down here. Because
Absolutely.
If you don't take the big ones out, see, in 1 year they get 2 pounds, which is a big one. There's one.
Miss them?
Yeah. In 1 year they get about 2 pounds, which is big, which is about the size of your hand, Bob.
Yeah.
And see, a 10-pounder can't eat that. So she won't. that tilapia won't have any predators.
Uh-huh.
And when the bass is on the nest, she's got 50 tilapia sitting around her, and she's on the nest. So she goes after the one, they take the eggs, right?
Yep.
So if you don't take those out, it can kill a lake. Tilapia would overrun the lake.
Just overrun it, yeah.
See, a lot of people think the other way. Once they see the nets in the lake down here in Mexico, and the fishing doesn't produce, they say it's the net, which is not really true. If you don't have the nets, it can kill it.
I had about, must have been about 6, 7 years ago, one of the best bass bites you can imagine. We were having a tough time trying to find fish, right? I started paralleling the nets where the tilapia were in the nets. I started on a crankbait to parallel it, kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. Largemouth bass sitting there, they're as opportunistic as any. They're sitting there waiting for those tilapia to get out, or they go in and take them out.
And that's the only way the bass get caught in there, is when they try and go feed on a tilapia that's stuck in the net.
Yeah.
There you go. He's a nice
There
one.
you go.
He's a nice one.
Yeah. It won't take me long to get a crankbait out.
There we go. Little Lake El Salto bass shot there. Kiss him on the head and put him back to go visit Mama. Take care. These new Shimano TEs are pretty
They are sweet.
Pretty fantastic reels, aren't they?
Yep, they are sweet.
It's the Cadillac of the reels here, boy.
If you're a crankbait fanatic, it's a reel that's made for you.
Smooth.
They did their homework.
That they did.
It's one thing about that company. They don't put anything out there without well thought out the entire process.
Well, they started in the gear business.
That's where they make their proficiency, and that's why their reels are what they are.
Because they know gears.
Their gears are second to none. You know, everybody claims their ball bearing counts and everything. Well, ball bearings are okay, but unless you got the gears to go with it, may as well be fishing with a logging wagon.
You're right.
And they got the gears. I mean, when the Calais first came out, you know, I mean, that thing was just awesome. And then you had round reel fishermen going, hey, you know, I don't like that low profile stuff, you know?
Right.
Out comes the TE. I wouldn't mind Carolina some of this stuff in. While you throw a crank, do you mind?
No, go ahead. Why don't I work the bank and you work the inside?
If we can have him really keep it slow,
Muy despacio. Muy despacio.
then I'll throw a rig in here.
No, más despacio. Despacio, despacio. No más despacio que tú puedes.
He might have to go in and chase this rig a couple of times.
That's what we got to do to catch the big one. That's what we got to do.
That's how Brian got his yesterday. Brian.
They're jumping over there.
Yeah, they're breaking on the top. It's kind of insane that I'd be going to the bottom, but Brian yesterday in 4 casts had a 6, a 7, an 8, and a 9.
Wow.
So there's something to it, you know.
He ended up with a 13 too, didn't he?
Yeah, 13-4.
13-4.
Now that's why I came down here. Look at the size of that fish. Yes. Holy smokes. Huge. Just monstrous. Look at the mouth on that fish. Oh my gosh. That's why we came down here. Trophy of a lifetime right there, guys. Holy smokes. Same bait I've been throwing all day. Look at that. Oh. Look at the size of this fish. That is just huge.
Hey, 12 pounds.
12?
Yes.
Yes. Is it a big one? Oh, yeah, Tony. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Tony, look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that fish.
Oh, let's see if we can get this one back without getting hung up.
There he is.
There you go, out of that tree.
Okay, it's right in the center of that tree.
Nice fish, too. Nice fish. I thought I'd fish him above the tree.
I seen you save me that spot. I appreciate it, Bob.
Good girl, isn't it?
Yeah, she's right in the center of that tree.
Yes, big fish.
There we go.
That's the big fish. Oh, absolutely. There's 10 plus.
There's a big dog.
That is a giant fish.
Tail all bloody.
Yep, see now that fish is still, I don't think that fish is totally spawned out. Good girl.
That old perch color, Bob.
Yep.
Tiene una? Dámelo. Where do you think he goes, Bob?
11.2,
11-2?
11.4. That's a beautiful.
That's why you come down here to Anglers
That
Inn,
is-
Lake El Salto.
Exactly the reason you come to El Salto right there. That's a beautiful fish.
Let's throw him back in the water.
Get her back,
Bloody
yeah.
off.
See, that fish right there, it has just spawned, and I don't think totally.
Come on, girl. 10-5, this guide say?
Easy 10.5.
Está bien. Está bien. Hey. Come on, girl. There she goes.
There she goes, huh? Again, Chappie, he's the third generation here at El Salto. Anglers, and you know, you think about this for just a second. You know, we do our show all over the United States and North America, and we try to teach people where they can go and have fun. Catch big fish like he just did. Truth of it is, when you think about 3 generations taking a business, that means, folks, it's a successful business. Many, many anglers have come here. Many friends that I know have come here and gone away with the same enjoyment that Chappie just had. Now, of course, he lives here, but the truth is you can get off your butts, dial the telephone, and come on down here and join some giant, giant bass right here at El Salto. I won't guarantee you a boat them, but as you've seen, they're here. I've been here for about 10 years now, fished with, well, Chap's dad, Bill Jr., and now Billy Chapman III is in the boat with us. It's been a pleasure. Hey, folks, thanks for watching this week. Remember, practice CPR. Catch, float, and release. The future fishing is truly in your hands. The fish that Chappie just put back, that's the fish you're going to catch. See you next week for more Simply Fishing.
Simply Fishing would like to thank the following sponsors. Canadian Connection, your travel connection to quality fishing. Evinrude, the world's most refined engines with new Ficht ram injection. Odyssey, the pig family of lures for trophy fish. PINPOINT Positioning Systems, a Brunswick company leading the network fishing revolution. Warden's Timber Tiger, the ultimate modern crankbait for shallow water. Ranger Boats, still built one at a time so you can fish hard, run strong, and rest easy. Shimano, Calcutta reels and Compre rods. Fish the best. Fish Shimano. Strike King lures, now with the Magnum King for pike and muskie. TUF-LINE premium braided fishing line. To catch the big ones, you've gotta get tough. Beckman nets. When your trophy's on the line, depend on Beckman. Peterson Tackle, maker of the Rattletail Inhaler bucktails and spinnerbaits. Up North, the official web provider for Simply Fishing and many outdoor activities. Please practice CPR, catch, photo, and release. The future of fishing depends on it. Reach us at Simply Fishing, Box 33, Hugo, Minnesota 55038, or on the web at simplyfishing.com.